Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lone Star Two Wheeling. Today we're going to be discussing the all-new 2025 CVO RR. I don't know if you've seen any pictures or videos on this bike, but let me tell you, it's something else. This thing comes in at 153 horsepower with 150 torque. This thing's going to MSRP for $110,000. Now we don't know who's going to receive these bikes. This is a U.S. bike only, so they're not going to be shipping this bike to other countries. But from what I understand is that the top earning Harleys will get a bike, and then the rest are going to go into a pool or a drawing on where they're going to be sent to. But this bike's pretty bad. If you are a performance bagger enthusiast, stick around, watch this video. Thank you.
This racing effort is personal to a lot of people here at the motor company.
We wanted to come out swinging and show that that performance group within Harley-Davidson was capable of building the best bike in the world.
I try to imagine what the founders would think of what we're doing today, racing touring motorcycles at speeds over 180 miles per hour. I think they'd be all for it.
Harley-Davidson factory racing has been around since 1914. And through the years, there have been many different types of racing, from board track to flat track, hill climb, drag racing, land speed records, and now road racing. It's always been about pushing boundaries, proving what this brand was capable of. Bagger racing started off as an organic grassroots effort, and then Moto America announces that they're going to take this idea and they're going to turn it into a new race series called King of the Baggers. We have to get on board. A handful of guys got really excited about the idea of what if we did race a road glide, a bike that was absolutely not built for racing, and push past what was previously thought possible. And this gave us the platform to do that.
We had a really small team that was really excited and really determined to do something completely irrational. We know engineering, we know motorcycles, we know a little bit about racing. Let's go figure out how to put all that knowledge together and build something that's really cool.
These guys essentially moonlighted as a race team, but it was pure passion and will that drove them into the late nights and through the weekends, building a race bike. And they went out and won a championship.
The cool part about going racing with the Road Glide is that it's not designed to do what we're asking of it on a racetrack. So in the early days of this program, we were able to take such massive steps forward in weight savings and lean angle and horsepower that made it so fun to find these gains over a short period of time.
Racing is, in essence, a living, breathing innovation lab. These guys take those innovations that they do throughout the course of a race weekend, they bring it back to the product development center, and they share those learnings right back to the team of engineers that's designing and engineering the future of Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Just in the last couple of years, we've found learnings on the racetrack that have made their way into products that are now on showroom floors. Fast forward, and last year we're racing alongside MotoGP at Circuit of the Americas. And now we're testing with them to explore how we can bring baggers to the global stage. This is so far beyond what anybody thought was imaginable. Race after race, season after season, as we kept finding limits and pushing past them, it really got our team thinking, what if we took all of the learnings over the last several years of racing King of the Baggers, put it into a street bike that someone could own?
And the objective was to deliver the most premium, most powerful motorcycle Harley-Davidson has ever produced, and it's over 120 years.
The end result is the Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide RR. A bike born from the racetrack that can be ridden on the street. The motorcycle is far more than the sum of its parts, but every single one of its parts is a thing of beauty. And all these components come together to make this never been done before Harley-Davidson performance bagger for the street. When we set out to do this project, one of our ethos was no compromise. You have to do it to the absolute best of our ability. It has to be highest level materials. Functionally born from the racetrack, every single element of this motorcycle has to be about giving the customer the absolute best in performance that we can give them. It comes with all of the technology built into our Road Glide and Street Glide, from the LED lighting to the 12.3-inch TFT screen, ride modes. This motorcycle has all of that and so much more. The graphics on the motorcycle are a direct reflection of what you're going to see on our 2025 race bikes. Extremely limited, 131 units, each one of them hand-built and serialized. This is an opportunity to own a piece of Harley-Davidson history.
When you put all these components together, coupled with the experience we've gained in the race program, you're left with something that is truly purpose-built.
This bike was born from Harley-Davidson factory racing. I mean, these guys have spent the last 4 years of their lives pushing past every boundary, every limitation to extract every bit of potential out of this Road Glide to go out and win championships, to win races.
That is racing. It's trying to take something to a place it's never been.
It all starts with the powertrain. The heartbeat of the motorcycle had to be the most power, had to be the highest level of performance we've ever delivered in a touring bike.
This is the first time we've been able to offer the Screamin' Eagle 131 cubic inch powertrain in an OE vehicle.
That swing arm is a statement for what this entire project is all about. Then you think about the process of machining and milling this thing to this beautiful work of art, mechanical art.
We said we want the very best. It led us into a 220-pound billet piece of aluminum, cut down to an 18-pound swing arm.
Weight savings was a huge piece of this. Every component was looked at. And so that's why you have full carbon fiber bodywork.
More than that, a number of the critical carbon fiber elements, including the front fairing and the saddlebags, are infused with a Kevlar layer.
I see all of the early days of figuring out how to best have these bikes shifting and seeing the mid-controls on the CVO RR directly affected by the work we did on the racetrack.
We had to develop a whole new clutch basket that is made out of a premium 7000 series grade aluminum material sourced from the United States and goes through a military spec anodizing process for the hardest level of finish. One of our big initial challenges was lean angle, and one of the first things we did was chamfer the left side primary cover with the addition of cooling fins to help airflow over the side. Roland shocks in particular add 2 inches of ride height to the rear of the motorcycle. The FGR 253 front forks are the direct superbike forks that we use on the King of the Baggers race bike. And you'll find this motorcycle has more lean angle than any Harley-Davidson big twin product ever offered. To achieve that, we needed to design a 2-into-1 exhaust system that didn't cross under to the left side of the motorcycle, but we also wanted to keep it as lightweight as possible. That's why we arrived at a full titanium and carbon fiber exhaust system from Akrapovic, tuned specifically for the 131-inch.
That Harley-Davidson factory race team has their fingerprint on every component of this motorcycle.
I expect this CVO RR to be an exhilarating ride, and I'm excited that when I do get to ride it, it'll be on a racetrack, because then I can see what it's truly capable of.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps out the channel tremendously and it's absolutely free. We'll see you on the next one.